Welcome back to another episode of View from the Pen, episode 41 now. And we've got the chairman back on, attended both first team games at the weekend. So I thought it would be the best perspective, just to give fans and listeners a view of both games. John, how you doing?
Yeah, evening, chaps. No, very well, thank you. Everyone all right?
Yeah, all good. Frank?
Good, mate. Yeah, nice, mate. All good. Thank you.
Good,
Good,
good.
good.
So we'll crack straight on. Obviously, we had three games, a game for each of our adult teams this weekend, which we won't this weekend, but we'll get onto that. So the men's first team were away to Bellevue. And from what I saw, the game could have been a lot different to what it was. We won again, but it didn't look like very exciting football. Am I completely wrong?
Uh, no, we should have won by more.
Yeah,
We played better there this year than we did last year,
and we won
and
4
we wasn't
last year.
when we wasn't. I don't think anyone would say we was great. We probably didn't have a fantastic player on the pitch. I thought Zach played well, up and down, and obviously Milesy set up Tom's goal well. Ross made a couple of good saves. But I don't think anyone had their best day in East Thurrockshire, and yeah, we managed to get the win. We probably should have been 5 or 6 nil up. They played very well actually, and I think they'll probably, if they can put that team out and play like that, they should finish about mid table. They're a lot better than what it was last year.
Yeah,
Uh, but no, it wasn't vintage by any means.
yeah,
But it was effective.
yeah. Best teams grind out results like that, didn't they?
Yeah, yes. No, it's good, and obviously you get to half time, then you get to. I think we scored very early second half, but yeah, you get to half time, you think, oh, it might just be one of those days,
Hmm.
and you get a little bit worried. But no, that they got in front in the second half, and we had a lot more chances second half than we did first. But no, they've done well. They've done well with another makeshift back four, and a makeshift goalkeeper, kept a clean sheet, and thankfully popped up with one.
Yeah, yeah. No, two Ross Barnes in goal, two clean sheets. We were talking on the podcast last week or the week before last with John Coventry. Yeah, he's our fourth top goal scorer, and he's now moved to second most clean sheets in goal with that one on Saturday. So that's pretty impressive. But no, he does all right between the sticks, doesn't he?
Come on, John.
Oh, oh, go on, mate. Yeah, no worries at all. No, I was going to let you go. After I watched you and
I
John
don't
on
know. I didn't
episode.
see him. I didn't see him.
Your stats were superb in that episode. No, he's a jack of all trades. He's got safe hands, safe feet, and he likes winning,
Mm.
which helps. And yeah, he had a big smile on his face after Saturday. But no, he's a bit of a gem. He come in last year when we wasn't very good, when we wasn't doing as well as what we wanted to, and helped us turn it around this year. A couple of times when we've needed him, he's made a couple of good saves both games he's played. Obviously, he's played probably Bentley away was one of the hardest games we will actually play as well. So fair play to him, get a cleano there, and then Saturday, yeah, we did need him in the end.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
can't complain at all.
I think
And
one of the big positives. One of the big positives for us is the clean sheets, isn't it? The defensive record is really cleaned up this year, and it's getting us bang out of trouble in it. When we're not playing very well because we're not conceding many, we are getting ourselves bang out of trouble with that defensive record. It don't seem to matter who goes in; they all do seem to put in a performance blessing, so they're all doing really well.
Yeah, and we was out of games so early last year, or trying to get back into games so early,
Yeah,
conceding one, then two, and then there was fighting back into it. It was getting up with a ref, getting up with each other because we was finding ourselves in a really tough position. Uh, but no, they're in games this year, and they're finding a way to win them. And no, they do. They do. People say we get a bit lucky, but I think the red cards have helped. But they've been better than our 11 has been better than the 11s we've been playing so far this year.
yeah,
100% man for man.
yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. And we've spoken about it before, but another goal for Tom. That takes him to 8 and to up to clear clear third top goal scorer now. He's been involved in 12 goals in his 13 games so far. So yeah, no, it's ticking well up top, and we're scoring enough to win games. As we said, we probably hope to score 5 or 6 on Saturday, but we'll take the one, we'll take the win, we'll take 3 points. You don't get any more points for scoring more goals. So yeah, take the win, move on. We'll get on to the fact we haven't got a game this week, but take that into the following week. I'm not sure if a couple of players might play for the reserves, but we'll touch on that for the fixtures this Saturday. So that was the men's first team. Another win, still top of the league. Can't complain. We keep on rolling. The men's reserve team lost on Saturday 4-2, 3-1 down at half time. Have you spoken to Chris at all, Frank? Obviously, I haven't managed to see any of it without the video.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it sounded like very similar to a lot of the games that have gone by. Just kind of getting blown out of the water pretty early on. Again, very similar to last season with the first team, getting blown away pretty early and then making it really, really hard for themselves to get back into it. I'm looking at results and they do seem to be getting a little bit more competitive. Again, it'll only get better. I didn't go in depth with it with Chris. I'll see him in a couple of weeks and we'll speak more about it. But yeah, it sounded like a very similar game. Just a lot of men on the other team and a lot of young lads on our team. So yeah, it's really difficult for them at the minute. But again, just we keep reiterating it. It's just keep your head down in it and keep going with it. And if they can get some help from the first team boys, if they need minutes or whatnot, they're going to pick some results up there, aren't they? So I hope they've got enough to stay up. I'm sure of that.
Yeah. No, I had a look at the league table, and we're obviously we've struggled so far. We've only got one win and one draw, but we're still third bottom. And I think that there will be two teams worse than us. So is it one or two that go down this year? Is it the same as the first team, or is it two?
It'll be two.
So yeah, but there are two teams below us now. So we will obviously, as a very minimum, push to be where we are still. But as you say, Frank, and as we've mentioned before, as the season goes on, the boys will only get more confident, play better, which they have been already. And yeah, I've got no troubles or thinking that we'll go down. But as we mentioned before, with any first season for any team, it's difficult. But no, there are improvements, and as we keep saying every week, you can only build on what you've got, type thing.
Yeah, and it got mentioned Monday, but Frank was saying about the first team maybe assisting this week. The opposite happened on Saturday, and the pathway is there now. Brian Hutchinson and Kieran McGowan both come on at 1-0 for the first team with 5 minutes left. Kieran just before was probably 10 or 15, and they both made a difference, and they were both positive subs. And it's just last year maybe we'd have had John coming on himself, or we'd have had. I remember nearly bringing Jamal on in the White Knot League game, who was a goalkeeper, just because we didn't have anyone on the bench, or we might have only had 3 or 4 subs. But yeah, this week the reserves did probably help the first team get over the line, and then hopefully the week after this week we can work it the other way and give them a hand. But yeah, the pathway is definitely there, and I think that's 4 we've used now.
Yeah.
From them, and hopefully before the end of the season it should become 5 or 6.
Yeah, no, definitely. And as you mentioned before, with regards to the stats that are done each week, I think just having a look, I think Kieran has played 5 or 6 games already for the first team, and obviously that's flown by and just shows that the type of squad that we are bringing together now. And as you say, Jono, that's 4 players that we've used already. And I think we've probably had 4 go the other way, which is the good thing, and getting players minutes. So yeah, no, it's the results, as we've mentioned, are tough to come by, but the process is really working for the club. So that's a huge positive, definitely.
Yeah, and 4 of the 5 boys that Dad mentioned it Monday, 4 of the 5 boys that played for the reserves the week before started for the first team this Saturday.
Yeah.
And 2 more of them come off the bench. So it is fluid. It's up and down, back and forth. We help, they help. This is one big squad that we're picking and choosing people from, which is good. And that's how it was meant to set up, to run alongside each other, not top and bottom.
Yeah, no, definitely. And yeah, as we've seen there, both sides are reaping the rewards of that. So yeah, no, it's good. So that was both of the results on Saturday. We then move on to Sunday, and it's getting a little bit of a feels of what the men's first team was like right at the start for me. Obviously, they're a couple of games behind, but the ladies won again. They won 2-1 at home to Hutton Development, and we was We was fourth going into the weekend, up to second after this week, and yeah, another 2 goals from Vicky. They're unbeaten in 7 now, 1-5, drawn 2, and only team in the league left that haven't lost a game. It's been a pretty good start, hasn't it?
Yeah, they've been very good.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't managed to go to a game yet. I haven't managed to go to a game. Oh, go on, Jono.
No, I was just going to say that Vicky scored 2, I think 5 times now or 4 times,
Well, I was going to
and
say
she
that
scored 2.
she scored
She
10
scored
in 6 games so far.
right, but she scored 2 in about 14 minutes on Sunday.
Yeah,
And I said she's going to score 3 or 4 today. She's finally going to get a hat trick.
yeah,
Yeah, I know which match ball I'd have to give her, but she stayed on 2, and 2 was enough. But yeah, they're not. The girls are not averagely the youngest in the league. They went 2-0 up. They was in front. They played well, and they done really well. Hold on at the end
yeah,
because Hutton did come with a few waves, and they defended really well.
yeah.
But no, it was good. We had a little crowd over there. It was good.
Yeah, no, definitely. And obviously the game was actually on VO. So if anyone had a look at that, just on the normal VO login, that I believe that may be on there or requesting if we've got any highlights. But we'll have a look into that. If people want to see the goals, we may be able to put those up, but we'll just have to check permissions and things like that anyway. So, but no, it was all very good. Vicky again scoring another 2 goals. We mentioned, as I said, 10 in 6 games now. That's excellent. And Hutton's goal wasn't the cleanest from what I saw. It was a little bit of a deflection, and then it was a good strike to score, but it was a little bit fortunate to come to her the way it was. And there's a bit of a delayed reaction, really. I was watching it, and they cheered very late. I'm not sure they quite realised it had gone in, where it hit the bar and went down.
It's a bit like Lampard's goal against Germany all them years ago. Everyone had said, yeah, everyone knew it went in, and then he was celebrating, and then they just walked off at the end. But yeah, hit the bar and clearly went over the line, but then almost bounced kind of out and just went upwards. Really didn't go hit the back of the net.
Yeah.
But no, they took it well. I was worried then because there was a bit of time left, and I thought that they might double down. It usually goes that way. If you concede, you're more likely to concede again than you are to go back 3-1 up because we led 2-0 for quite a long time as well.
Yeah.
But no, the whistle come in time, and they defended well. They was girls were going down injured. We brought someone back on who played up front, who ended up playing at right back. People are filling in. Everyone's digging in.
Yeah.
Playing where they're asked, where they need to. No, it's really good.
Yeah. No, it's no, can't complain at all. And as we say, going unbeaten after the first 7 is a pretty good record. So hopefully keep the ball rolling and pardon the pun. And be next week unbeaten still. So that's all the results that happened. Obviously 6 points from 9, but it's still a very good weekend, and a lot learnt from all 3 games. On to this week, we haven't got a men's first team game as mentioned. I believe that was due to an opponent having a cup priority game, but I'm not quite sure on the details of that. But meaning that men's first team haven't got a game. And then, so that means the reserves, as we mentioned before, we may be able to send a couple down. I haven't spoken to John or Kev. I don't know if you have, Jono, but I'm assuming that may be something that they're looking into.
Yeah, I spoke to John and Kev Monday. Kev wasn't very well Mondays. I've left them alone since, to be honest. Me and Jace have had quite a busy week off field wise, but yeah, no, I've left them alone this week with football. I'm sure they'll send a couple.
Yeah.
There's obviously Steve Wooding fundraisers Friday night at the Welcome Club in Stamford. This will come out Friday morning, I'm assuming. So there'll be tickets on the door still tonight. Get yourself there from 7:30, 8 o'clock. And yeah, anyone not playing on Saturday, or even maybe a couple that I'm sure we'll have a couple of quiet beers there tonight. But yeah, we'll make sure we can field the strongest team reasonable. We're not going to go. You don't get anything out of playing our 5 best players in the reserves, but the boys that are on the cusp or need a couple of minutes will drop down because it will suit them as well. Like it showed at last week, the ones that aren't getting all the minutes will jump in and do the job. Yeah,
no, definitely. And as we mentioned before, that is the role of the reserve. So they're away in a cup game. I believe it's the Shepherd Neame Cup or something something similar along those lines? They're away
No, not this week.
is that next week?
That's the 25th.
Okay.
They're away to BKS. They're away to BKS in the league this week.
Thank you very much. That is a foresight on the fixtures that I've clearly not seen properly. We'll paper over that, but we have played BKS previously at home, haven't we?
We have, yeah. That was that was their first or second league game.
Yeah.
One of the manager from BKS sits on the league board. We had 2 kickoffs that day, didn't we, Frank?
Yeah. I think I was there for both of them that day. That was one of the early games, wasn't it? Yeah, that I watched. Yeah. That was another struggle, wasn't it? I think that one. Is that am I thinking the right one? Yeah, it was another struggle, but they just got to keep going, like you say. If we can help out with a couple of first teamers, that'd be lovely. But like you say, you don't want to disrupt the team. You don't want to just go down there and get a result because you've put 5, 6 first teamers in there, because that's not going to help them out. You know what I mean? They might need a bit of experience in there, and that give them a push in the right direction. But primarily, they've got to learn themselves, and they're only going to learn by playing and losing and learning from those losses, really.
Yeah, no, definitely. And as apologies on the original oversight of that, but they are away to BKS. We will be putting a post out, a graphic with the address for anyone who wants to attend the game. And with there not being a first team game, we may be able to take the VO down there similar to before. It just depends on who's attending the game, whether that be management or committee or anything like that. So if we can get the VO there and put it up with people that are there, we will, just so that then people can watch a live game on Saturday still. But that is the reserves game for Saturday. The women are at home to Brett Vale. Is that correct, please?
Yes, what up, Michael?
Thank you. So they're at home to Brett Vale, who have had a relatively tough start to the league by the looks of it from the table. They've lost. I think they've lost all 5 that they've played so far. So again, that'll be it should be on paper. Nothing is definite, of course. However, it should be, by looking at it, a little bit of an easier game than we've played the last few weeks, with the likes of Lee that we've played already, the likes of Hutton that we played last week. So fingers crossed for a good result, of course, and obviously looking to that unbeaten run and fingers crossed carrying that on. It should be a nice one to play at home, hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed. You don't know who's going to turn up. If they might have a few shift workers. They might have been a bit unlucky in their losses. We'll see. But yeah, if they turn up with their strongest team, it'd be a good game. And yeah, the pitch was an absolute picture last week, so I'm sure it'll play just as nicely this week.
Yeah,
and I think we'll get that should get us a few points. Hopefully, playing at home there this year.
Yeah, no, definitely, I couldn't agree more. And as I say, hopefully we'll come back on next week and that unbeaten run will carry on. But as we say, it's football; anything can happen. We said this before with the men's first team, and we probably lost a game we wasn't expecting after keeping the unbeaten run against some clubs that we thought we might have stopped against. So we're looking forward to this week, of course. And we'll
see Jono again. That's my jinx.
It's your fault, Frank.
Yeah. We would never have lost this year if it weren't for Frank.
My predictions are as bad as my internet connection, apparently.
That's fine. We're doing it together, Frank. We're in it together. We've both said it every week, so that's all good. So yeah, that's all the results done, all the fixtures sorted.
If you did want that Shepherd Neame Cup, Michael, if you wanted to touch on it, the reserves have been rolled into it. There's 35 teams, so 6 of them needed to play a first round game. The other 29 got added straight to the second round. They've got the tiniest little violin they could play every week. I feel really bad for the reserves of the fixtures and the draws. So they had second in their league drawn in one cup that they lost the other week, and this week we've been drawn to play in the first round with another 5 teams. We couldn't go straight to the second round. It couldn't be that easy. I think there's about 17% chance of us having to play, and obviously you got to cut that in half. That we'd have to also play away. So not only have we got to play the first round, we've also got to play it away. So I think it's Emerson and Upminster. So they'll be good. They'll be strong. and you will see how the fixtures fall. The first team are playing that way. They are playing that day. Are they home, Michael, or are they away?
Oh,
In that game, they are away, aren't they?
they're away, yeah.
The Chevrolet Cup, yeah.
Yeah.
The first team, I feel like they've got Hatfield.
Yeah,
off the top of my head.
It's at Hall Lane
29.
Fields in Upminster. So they're in the Div 1 of the Mid Essex League.
Yeah, I know they haven't. The first team got Dedham. Sorry, I was just scratching my own brain there. The first team got Dedham that day, who are mid-table at the minute, 6th or 7th. So there'll be a couple of tough games that day. We'll see how we look going into that. Hopefully, if Ray's not working, Tommy might be back. Owen back up to full strength. We might have Lewis Rowe back. A couple. We can field 2 very strong 11s that day. Hopefully. Because it'd be nice I think it'd be nice for the reserves to have a little cup run. We'll see how they got a little bit unlucky having to play in the first round. Hopefully, I haven't seen who they got to play in the second round, but they might have probably already drawn. Hopefully, they get a little easier pushing the next round, but we'll see. Fingers crossed for them. They deserve a break.
Yeah, you're not wrong. No, but so yeah, that's all the results and the fixtures done. We're going to do something slightly different now. So we've asked committee questions, we've asked player questions. And if his connection is coming back, we hope. Frank is actually going to ask me and Jono some questions from our brother's side and a little bit of our opinions, a little bit of let's hope we agree on most of them. But as I'm sure you can guess, we probably won't.
Very unlikely.
Hey ho.
Can you hear me all right, Wiz?
Yeah,
I can hear you. Yeah, we can't see you.
Oh, you can't say enough for God's sake. Hold on. Where have I gone? Oh, sorry, boys. I'm having a Mary.
That's all right. Oh,
Any better?
no.
No better. One sec. I don't know what I've done. What have
We
I
can
done?
hear you fine.
we can hear you.
Is that enough? Don't need. There we go.
There we go. He's back.
Sorry about that.
Right, here we
Sorry
go.
about that.
Back for his
I'm
own
having a moment.
segment. He's in.
Look.
I'm having a moment here. That's right.
You are comfortably the oldest on this podcast, Frank. You know, you show your age here, mate. I feel like I've got dad on my.
It's this club. I'm telling you, it's this club. What it's done to me. Right. Anyway, so before I lose you again, favorite all-time player.
Are we doing East Thurrock player or are we doing any football player?
Yeah, one of each. Yeah, one of each. One of each.
Right. Favourite. I'll go for East Thurrock player first. The obvious one is the man that scored ridiculous amounts of goals, Sam Higgins. But I feel like that's too obvious as an answer, so I'm not going to say him. I would probably say someone like Tom Wright.
Oh, you dirtbag. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You've never rated him.
If anyone featured or watched the old East Thurrock, he was part of the main team that was in the Conference South for those 2 or 3 seasons. And he's obviously since played a lot of Conference South football and still captains Hornchurch as a very high level.
And he's a lovely fella.
Yeah.
Really down.
You can pick the same, right? You can pick the same guy if you want.
Yeah, it looks a bit same, you know. I don't like to agree with Michael. I'm trying to think of the later teams we had as well. He did. It's got to be someone who is a safe pair of hands, really, isn't it? But I'll go someone either Ben Wood or Ryan Salmons, proper East Thurrock players.
Yeah,
they come back year after year. I've probably forgot loads, but they're.
We watched enough
off the
games,
top of
didn't
my
we,
head.
to forget about
Yeah,
them,
off the
so.
top of my head, I'll go for them too.
Yeah.
Go on, and then outside Thurrock, all the time. Favourite, this is not best favourite.
This is tough.
You should have given me some prep on this, Frank.
Sorry, mate.
That's all right. I'm just trying to think.
You're the chairman. You're a very hard man to get hold of.
yeah. Ask Jason. He must have called me 25 times this week. I already called him back twice.
God. I'm going to
I'm
do
gonna,
one
I'm gonna
growing
go
up,
for,
right? And
go
Jono
on.
knows who this is. When I was younger, I used to absolutely love Marlon Harewood, who used to play for West Ham. And I met him once, got a signature from him. But then I also went to go and watch him at Hartlepool, and he scored against East Thurrock. So it was one of the worst days of my life. But he was always one of my heroes growing up. So I'm going to go him.
Okay, I'll go down the same alley then, Michael. When I was 14 or 13 and Dad first took me to Leyton Orient, our striker at the time was David Mooney, an Irishman.
Yeah.
He played for Colchester, Leyton Orient, Southend. Uh, he used to score some outrageous goals. And 2013-14, the year they lost in the playoff final, he must have scored 20, 30 league goals. And he's almost like a Letitia in League One. He'd lob the keeper, he'd score with his head. His first touch was ridiculous. Yeah, and I had a pair of boots that were the same as his because I wanted to be David Mooney. I was probably 2 foot shorter and twice the size of him because there was nothing of him. He was literally stick thin and tall, and I was really short and really podgy. But yeah, I still used to go out every week for Linford Wanderers and think I might score like Mooney this week.
I've got to say, boys, when I asked that question, I did not expect
Yeah, I was going to say there's a double for you. Marlon Edwards and David Mooney. You see why we're supporting East Thurrock, Frankie? Yeah,
God, bloody.
we ain't got a taste
I'm
in
Jan,
football.
I'm Gianfranco Zola. Come on,
That's a
boys.
little better.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. West Ham ain't had a lot of good players, Frank. You know what I mean?
I'm not old enough to
Yeah,
watch like Di Canio. Payet wasn't here for long enough.
I was,
Gareth Bowen ain't.
I was going to say that.
He hasn't left yet. So there you go.
He would probably be my pick. He's probably one of the best players I see play for you in my era.
Fair.
Di Canio, I'd say.
Hazard is probably the best player. That season, he scored a goal against West Ham at
I remember it.
Bridge one night
Yeah,
when I went, and it was like, right, he's better than anything I've ever seen.
yeah, he's
Absolutely
ridiculous. Yeah,
untouchable. But he didn't really. I feel like your favourite player's got to play for your team. So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Hazard would be the best footballer I've ever seen. I would say easily.
yeah.
For a season, he was just a joke, wasn't
He was madness. Yeah. So next one, what's your earliest football memory together?
he? Oh dear.
Uh,
It,
it was a game that we went to at West Ham at Old Upton Park that I remember quite vividly, actually, considering I was probably about 8 or maybe even younger. We was at home to Hull on a
oh
Tuesday.
yeah, Jimmy Bullard was playing at the Hull.
Jimmy Bull was playing. It was on my birthday. We
Kids for a
won
quid.
2-0. Went with Dad and Granddad. Yeah, that was a pretty good night. So that's probably the youngest game that I can remember going to. Is
Yeah,
so there was a few before that.
I remember East Thurrock
Thank
winning the
you,
league
John.
once.
Yeah.
East Thurrock won a league once, and Max Cornell was playing, and Kyril. We were wearing a red away kit. We won somewhere. Dad took me and Michael, and I feel like I was really young then.
Redbridge.
Redbridge, right? That's a dig out. You're
Right,
probably even younger than 8 then, Michael. But
I
yeah,
was
we'll have to have a
9.
look what year that was.
2011 that was.
Right, okay. Yeah, so then I was only 14, but that's a long time ago now. I'm nearly 28, Frank. So that's the earliest I can remember.
Fair enough, mate. No, that's fine. Let's have a little look here at my questions. What's your favourite football moment of all time? We'll say general, not just Thurrock here.
The most I've celebrated. Obviously, a playoff final with East Thurrock was great. Bring back to club.
Oh, we look like a proper sad couple of people here, Michael. You
I
know
don't
that.
care, mate. I don't care whatsoever. I do not care. But other than that, West Ham winning the Conference League, that was a pretty good night, good celebration when that goal went in. And then actually the goal that Cole Palmer scored against Spain recently, that's probably the biggest celebration I've ever had for a goal.
I went
Everyone
to
going up for it as well.
the year when Tottenham was building their new ground. So you've probably seen it in the programme anyway, but my team's are West Ham and East Thurrock. Dad took us to Leyton Orient when we was younger because couldn't necessarily afford to take us West Ham every week. And I think a Leyton Orient season ticket for under 16s was like 20 quid. So the three of us could go all season for £200 all in. There was 23 league games. So West Ham, once I got to 18, 19 and could buy my own tickets, that's where I'd choose to go. when I went at East Thurrock, and I went to Tottenham away when they was building their new ground at Wembley. We 2-0 down at half time. We come back and won 3-2. I think it was only the third or fourth round of the Carabao Cup, but that's probably one of my best footballing nights ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also when West Ham won 1-0 at Chelsea when David Martin was in goal. I took Michael. Yeah.
Well, cutting on his right foot.
Yeah, Cresswell. Yeah, that was a very good day as well.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah,
right, so
go on. No, that's it. That's good.
I'm saying we'll do two more. And these are just personal ones because I'm nosy. So I know before Mike decided to go to the other side of the world, you shared a house. Who's the messiest?
Me.
Yeah, easily.
Oh, is it? It's not a question.
Yeah,
that will
easily,
change.
Yeah.
That will change. That will change.
Now you're on
your own, Michael.
Yeah. That's it. Michael's been telling me about the cleaning he's been doing and all the tidying. I'm thinking, who's this
I
geezer?
realised how little I was doing at home. Terrible.
Yeah.
I was going to say, nothing like having your mum pick your pants up after you, is there, mate? Eh?
Oh, exactly, yeah.
Funny, what was pants, socks, t-shirts, trousers, anything.
Yeah.
Who'd win an arm wrestle?
Oh, Michael, easily.
Really, John?
Yeah. When I was in school, my teacher picked me to represent. We was doing a World War II representation, and I was meant to be one of the strong countries. And then he picked one of the smaller girls in the class to be one of the weaker countries. And I famously lost the arm wrestle. And everyone thought I was joking because I was quite a joker in school, but my upper body strength is ridiculous.
Fair enough. And then the last one. The last one, I think I know the answer to this. Who takes losses more personally? Actually, I don't know the answer to this because I know you both take them pretty bad, actually.
If it's me, if I'm playing in it, it's definitely me. So if we're playing in the team, I take worse losses. If it's East Thurrock, I think it's Jono. It wasn't. I think it wasn't last year. I could say it was at the start of last year. I'm not wrong. I think he was taking the results worse.
Yeah, when we them few losses, that was a proper. Yeah, that was
tough.
Yeah, sitting in the shower crying like.
I promise you soap. I promise.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But no, I would say.
Yeah, go on, mate.
No, I would say I take the losses slightly more personally.
Yeah. I think you take them differently. Mike's more sort of knock the bathroom door down. Jono's more sort of cry in the shower. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to get over this until we win again.
Exactly. Yeah. That's it, mate. That's it. That's all my questions. I'm out of them.
That's good. That's good.
That sounds good to me. And there you go.
Can I ask Frank? So Frank said Frank Ozola. Who was Frank's favourite East Thurrock player? Because your East Thurrock knowledge, when you was talking to Covo, it matches mine and Michael's since you've been supporting us.
Mad?
No, since you've been supporting us, you are this new club. Okay. I reckon if you went on Big Leather Chair Mastermind, there we go.
Oh, right,
your specialist subject would be East Thurrock Community Football Club, I reckon.
Are we talking about East Thurrock Community Football Club?
Yeah, and also the couple of years you had at the old club.
No, I don't even remember a handful. I only remember a handful in the old club. Johnny Ashman stood out to me. He was always one that stood out.
Yeah.
He was a good player. And for the new club, I can't pick one. They're all my mates, and I cannot.
I was thinking that. I was thinking, don't ask me the new one. I couldn't answer it.
Princey, it's got to be Princey, and he's the main man, and he's the main man down there. But I love them all.
Yeah, but it was Princey. That's fine.
He's got the captain's armband on me. He's got the captain's armband.
Yeah, Mr. East Thurrock. We'll let him off.
Great stuff.
Exactly.
No, that's very, very well answered questions. So we've gone through fixtures results, had a little bit get to know of me and Jono and a little bit of Frank there. And yeah, so hopefully see as many of you as possible at both the reserves and the women's game on Saturday and Sunday. As mentioned, we'll try and get the VO there on Saturday. But if we can't, we'll keep posted as much as we can on social media so people can follow that. And hopefully see as many people as possible at the fundraiser tonight when it comes out at the Welcome Club. Obviously, all money goes towards the club. So if you're watching along and you want to get a ticket on the door, you still can. And as mentioned, everything that happens is all back towards the club. And and all back to helping the community, as we say, because we've got 8 teams now compared to 1 last season, and we always say communities before football in the name. So that's the main reason. Definitely.
100%.
Anything else from you boys?
No, all good, mate.
Just get over support them girls Sunday if we can, everyone.
Yeah, definitely. Fingers
And
crossed, keep the unbeaten run going. And we'll
that's it. You two can come on next week and talk about another 2 wins, hopefully.
Yeah,
Let's hope so, man.
That's the plan. Brilliant. Great stuff. Thank you very much for coming on, boys. And
thank you for having me,
as possible.
So, cheers, lads.
See you, chaps. Thank you.